It is a fact of life that most online businesses fail. We all know this, yet and still, most of us still elect to create an online business. And you're probably wondering, hey, how can I make sure I'm not one of those people? That's what this video today and this podcast is going to be all about. What are the ways that we can make sure we don't end up one of those losers who their online businesses fail? And obviously, I'm kidding. They're not losers, right? It just happens. Most of the time, it's because they don't have systems. They don't have a process to think through these things, and you do. So congratulations, you're already winning. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel bad that I called people losers for their online business failing. They're not losers. It just happens, I guess. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 of the biggest reasons why online businesses fail so you can avoid these reasons and ideally grow a business worth growing. Number 1 is an obvious one. No clear offer. And here's what I mean. Most people don't even know what an offer really is. They just think they have product and services. And that is true. The offer, though, is how you articulate that to your audience. Do they understand what it is that you do? And can you articulate it in a very simple and succinct way that people will understand? So for example, Elevated Coaches Academy, you can see it down over here, right? It is a community of coaches. What is it for? What do I actually do in it? We help coaches grow to 5K plus. Simple, right? The whole concept is if you can articulate in a very succinct way and clear way, you are way more likely to win. The problem is if you develop these fancy titles to your offers, if you develop these very complex solutions, no one's going to buy because they don't understand how it's going to impact them. The one thing I think about a lot when I create a product or service or any type of offer is what's in it for them. Is it clear by just reading the hook, or is it clear by reading the landing page that what their problem is clear to me and to them, and the solution is going to cover that? If you do that, you're already winning pretty well comparatively to other people. So if you want to do better at this, we want to make sure you're handling 3 things. Number 1, be clear about who it is that you actually help. Number 2, be very clear about the solution, the pain that you're solving for. And number 3, can you articulate it in a very simple way? Don't think about like you're pitching a VC or you're going to major corporations, you need this crazy deck for it. No, act like you're texting it to a friend. If you can't explain it to somebody that's not in your industry, you probably don't have a good offer. Okay, so number 2, the other reason why people fail is because they're relying on short bursts instead of systems. Like most people, they post a little, they launch a little, they burn out, and then they disappear. The fact is, I know we have these bursts of energy, but if we have a system for doing things, you're more likely to not burn out and then last over time. The thing that kind of stays in my head all the time is this concept that if I just outlast most people, I'm going to win. And that's kind of the online business game. If you can have a system to not burn out, to stay sustained and constantly be there, you're going to win 9 times out of 10. Because honestly, like I've been having an online business now for 4 or 5 years. The amount of people that I started with, most of them are not around still. There's like a handful of them. And it's not because I'm better, smarter, any of those things. It's just simply, I just haven't quit. That's it. So if you can develop a way to not burn out, you're going to do better. And I think the best way to do this is to have a good CRM that you can automate a lot of these things. Have a simple lead magnet, have a follow-up sequence, have a newsletter. These things are basic things, but it keeps you staying top of mind consistently. Most people don't have that. They'll be in your face making 25 Instagram reels a day, 25,000 YouTube videos, and then they fall from the wayside or they give up. And so what the hell? There's like a random feather just floating around my face. The problem that they have is that they are constantly launching, if you will, doing a bunch of content and then stopping, putting out offers, talking to people and then stopping. And then that's not really a way to run a business. So instead, again, simple, less is more on this, right? So for me, there's a reason why I prioritize things like YouTube, because I can focus on making 1 YouTube video, 1 podcast a day, or not a day, that'd be crazy. 1 podcast, 1 YouTube video a week, that's something I could do. Then turn around, take that podcast or YouTube video and create a newsletter from it. From one of those newsletters, I'll create a simple lead magnet. I have 1 lead magnet to go and get. I have 1 main offer to go and get, which is Elevated Coaches Academy. Shout out. There's another plug. The point is, simple is more. You can sustain a little bit better. So one of the other reasons, again, why most online businesses fail, they don't have a system. They try to do too much. Calm down. Less is more. And number 3, people quit too early. There's this image that I think about all the time, actually, and if hopefully maybe the editor can find a picture of it. It's this image of two people digging for gold, and one person is like an inch away from the gold, and then they turn around and quit. The other person gets it. I think about that a lot. Whenever things get hard, when I'm running my business and I'm like, man, do I really want to do this? I tend to think about, man, I'm right there. I'm one decision away from hitting my goal. I'm one decision away, one call away, one lead magnet away, one piece of content away to getting what I want. And when you have that, you tend to just kind of go, one more step at a time. Just focus on the next move, the next move. Again, another stupid analogy I think about all the time too is like marathon runners or those crazy people like David Goggins that do like ultra marathon runs. They don't think about the whole 100 miles they need to do. They think about the next step and then the next step after that. And so that's what I think about a lot. Most people though, they have too much, I don't even know the word for it. They just are thinking almost too big, and it overwhelms you. And then you measure incorrectly. So there's a book called The Gap and the Gain that I steal from a lot by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Harney. He talks about how entrepreneurs tend to measure incorrectly. They measure in the future, meaning like they'll go, hey, my goal is $5,000 a month and I made $4,000, and so therefore I'm a failure. And they think where they compare themselves today where they should be. Instead, you measure backwards. You go, hey, I'm making $4,000 a month in my business. 2 months ago, I was making $1,000. Like I'm crushing it right now. Or hey, like I had this goal of growing my YouTube channel to X amount of subscribers, and I'm under that by like 1,000. I'm a loser. Or instead, going, hey, I'm proud of myself. I've consistently posted content every single week, and I'm learning and I'm getting better. This is the problem with most people, and it leads to them quitting too early. Is they don't know how to measure right. They measure too far in the future versus measuring from backwards. Am I making any sense? Gap in the gain. The staying in the gain is measuring yourself from where you were. There you go. That's something. Okay, so what is the success formula? I went over obviously the ways that reason why people fail, but I think about it in terms of this. You solve a clear problem, you package it as an offer, make sure it's easy to articulate, you share it consistently online, you automate the follow-up process, and then you keep going when people stop. Like, it doesn't have to be that complex. And yeah, am I oversimplifying growing an online business? Maybe. But again, take it from someone I'm not the smartest person in the world. However, I've been here, haven't quit, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome of it, right? I'm making money online. It's pretty awesome. So if you don't want to be one of those businesses, maybe do those 5 steps I just mentioned. What is wrong with me? I can't talk today. Solve a clear problem, package as an offer, share consistently online, automate the follow-up, and then keep going when others tell you to quit. If you feel like you're grinding and nothing's working, it's probably not the effort. It's just your strategy. You need to kind of think about it a little bit differently. By the way, if you're watching this right now, I got to let you know something. So recently, I've been feeling like something's been missing. So speaking of offers, I work primarily done for you. So I do things for other coaches, other consultants, and that's all fine and good. And who doesn't like a high ticket offer? For me, though, I had this thing called Elevated Coach Academy, which I talked about earlier. And what I loved about it was, yes, of course, I'm telling coaches how to, get consistent sales and showing them things like brand strategy and content marketing and all those things. But the other part of it, too, was the community aspect of it. My favorite thing about Elevated was the fact that people didn't just learn from me, they learned from other people in the group, which is why we are bringing it back, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, I'll put it in the description below. We have kind of a sweet deal where people can come in and for less than $300 a month, grow their coaching business. You don't need to spend $10,000 to grow your coaching business. It is perfectly possible for you to do it for $300 bucks a month. So anyway, I'll put it in the description below. You can learn more about it. Hit me if you have any questions about it. Super excited. The first meetup is going to be June 1st. Make sure if you're watching this right now, click the link and join. And with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.